In the last video, we saw that Entity Framework tracks all of the queries. So Entity Framework starts tracking the moment you retrieve those entity. If an entity is tracked, any changes detected in the entity will be persisted to the database when we saved the changes. So by default, the behavior is any entity that you retrieve will be tracked. In the example here, you can see the change to the book will be detected and persisted to the database when we save the changes. We already saw this in action in the last video. But the question is, what if you do not want this tracking feature? The answer is very simple. You can always set any query that you are retrieving as no tracking, and Entity Framework will not track those queries. No tracking queries are useful when the results are used only for read-only purposes. They are quicker to execute because there is no need to set up the change tracking information. As you can see in the bottom here, all we have to do is we need dot as no tracking on the DB set. So let's see this in action. We'll switch back. Let me stop the application here. And when we are retrieving all the categories, we won't be modifying them. So we want to set them as no tracking. You will have to hit Ctrl dot here to include the namespace for no tracking. If it does not detect automatically, let's go on the top, and all we have to add here is using Microsoft.EntityFramework Core. That should bring the as no tracking, and let me add the method here. Great, you can see the error goes away. Let's run our application and make sure that this actually works. In the last video, when we were on this line and we saw it was executed with toList, we were able to see about 9 trackings or 9 categories that were being tracked. Let's see what happens this time. So we'll just go to the category here, and we have the control here. Let's execute this F10, and let's refresh the DB change tracker.entries. You can see count is 0 as compared to 9 in the last video. And that is because we have easily set that do not track this query. We are only going to use this for read-only purpose. So as no tracking should not be ignored, and you should use this in your application whenever you are retrieving any query for read-only purpose. That being said, I won't be going through details on editing all the queries that I have because my focus is to teach you all the fundamentals for Entity Framework Core.